It costs over 10 million won for just one round trip, Korean Air First Class. Flying on a bed with a full course meal, you wouldn't want to leave the flight even after landing. But that first class has been much changed after the COVID-19 outbreak. KAL First Class changed by COVID-19. Let's take a look with DDN Korean Traveler. What's up guys, it's ddn Korean Traveler. Before the COVID-19 era, I once shared my experience on KAL First Class. As I got to fly KAL First Class again after 2 years gladly, I'd like to introduce how KAL First Class has been changed over the period. Car check-in can be processed at Terminal 2 of the Incheon International Airport. First business class passengers can check in at a premium counter at Counter A. The left counter for business class passengers is not much different from regular ones, whereas first class passengers can check in at a separate check-in lounge. The lounge ornated with traditional Korean latticework and fabric is a cozy space demonstrating Korean beauty. You wait on a table and a step helps you with everything from check-in and luggages. Usually there have been more than 2 steps standing by in the lounge, but no steps are there anymore as KAL are operating less first class seats due to COVID-19. A step from the business class counter helped checking in whenever passengers came. But a bit disappointing that the service provided for the first class passengers went down. Though the space is only for check-in, light snack and beverages are prepared. A step used to serve beverages, but now you can just help yourselves. After finishing all of the procedure for departure, you can use a separate departure lounge. In total, there are 4 lounges operated by KAL at Incheon International Airport. But due to COVID-19, only 1 business lounge is now open on the west, and first class lounge is also not available at the moment. First class costs 10 million won, but you can't use the lounge. Luckily, you can use Mile Club Lounge right next to first class lounge. First class lounge seems to be designed to offer privacy with its separate space and delicately ornated with gray deep blue interior and comfy chairs. Meanwhile, Mile Club Lounge is brighter inside, highlighted in red. It has much more seats than first class lounge, so it was barely private, and the chairs are actually not that comfortable. Instead, use a separate place inside with a massage chair to rest quietly. It seems Mile Club Lounge falls slightly short of first class lounge in overall. Apart from the space issue, a chef was assigned to first class lounge who served on-demand cuisine instantly, whereas food is served just in a buffet style in Mile Club Lounge. Luckily, food quality was not different from that of first class lounge. As written below on the menu, KAL lounges are catered by Grand Heart Incheon. The food was well prepared and expected and had much to try, but pacing down was essential before stuffing myself with first class food on the flight. Another thing you can't forget is that at KAL First Class Lounge, you can get a golden tag with your name and SkyPass number on it. It's an all-request service, you have to ask directly. I hadn't been expecting the service since First Class Lounge was unavailable, but I asked for it and they got me one. So I got 2 golden tags for my luggage. Amazed by the service before boarding, you might be curious about whether you can use First Class Lounge for the flight back to Korea. There is only one KAL First Class Lounge, the one in LA International Airport. The lounge is not big, but has a wide open space and provides light snack. I'm done using the lounge, it's time to get on board. Not to mention first class, I was so excited for the international flight I hadn't had for a while. This is Boeing 777 flight that will take me to LA. One big change that COVID-19 has brought is that the number of lines and flights for first class has been so much reduced. KAL operates 7 different types of airlines in overall, 3 of which have first class seats installed. Before COVID-19, first class was operated on all the routes the 3 planes flied. So first class was available on most long distance routes, including the US and Europe. Though the 3 airlines are still being operated now, only 2 routes are currently operating first class. Flights for other routes are still operated with no first class passenger. I took a night flight, so it was a bit dark inside, but entering the cabin, I was overwhelmed by the seat. In fact, KAL provides 2 different classes of first class seats, Cosmo Suite 1 and 2. Seats for both classes are over 2 meters long and have 180-degree reclining angle, so you can lie down with your legs fully stretched and enjoy the view through the 4 windows exclusively. But there must be something special about Cosmos Suite 2. Presence of sliding doors is what clearly distinguishes Cosmos Suite 2 from 1. Cosmos Suite 1 also has a large partition that can be lifted up, but it lacks privacy due to its low height and open entrance for aisle seats. But the Cosmos Suite 2 seats are basically high. The aisle seat entrance can be closed with the sliding doors, so at a certain distance away, inside the seat cannot be seen from the outside. In case of design, Cosmos Suite 1 seats are painted in pale cream, the color of the cabin, and in blue, car symbol color. The bottom part of Cosmos Suite 2 seats are painted in blackish gray, which feels more classy. Above all, the seat's glossy wooden finish materials feels more luxurious. The material is also applied to a table for dining, so you can have meals on more solid and bigger table. A conspicuous difference from Cosmos Suite 1. The two classes have difference in their seats. Two seats have armrests that one seats don't have. These armrests go down as the seat reclines horizontally, making the bed much wider. Moreover, Cosmos Suite 2 provides a personal closet for you to keep your clothes conveniently. Also, its LCD monitors are wider and provide better video quality. It has a built-in remote control neatly stored inside, a well-positioned light instead of randomly protruded leading light, and a ventilator enabling direct temperature control. In many ways, Cosmos Suite 2 is much better than 1. Cosmos Suite 2 is installed in all of Car's Boeing 747 and most of 777, and Cosmos Suite 1 in all of A380s and some of 777. That was enough info on the seats. Let's prepare for takeoff. Quench your thirst with welcome drink and relax, and enjoy the view through the 4 windows while taking off. When the flight reaches its cruising altitude, be fully prepared, because first-class in-flight meals are to be served until you get stopped. I was most curious about how flight meals had been changed after COVID outbreak. Let's take a look at first-class in-flight meals. Originally, hot towels were served before the meals. It seemed nothing, but it felt so dry and soft to wipe hands with it. Sadly, the towels not being served anymore due to COVID-19. First comes foie gras served with aperitif. It was baked in oven, cooled down and served as terrine. I tried it with fig jam on multigrain bread, and it was so amazing. It was so soft that it melted right away inside the mouth, showing a good combination with fig jam. It disappeared right away. A selection of wine and champagne was given as aperitif options. Among them, the most pricey and sweet and savory one, I was attracted to champagne Perrier-Jouet Belle Epoque. In fact, the foie gras was so tasty that I almost forgot to point out that one original menu disappeared from Call in flight course meal. Usually a light seafood dish was served with aperitif, but this time foie gras was added to aperitif and solely replaced the starter. Not sure of its relativeness with COVID-19, but clearly the dish is gone. On LA to Seoul flight, no dish was served with aperitif before starter. Colors are so pretty, right? The one on the left was made with chive and mango salsa, and the right one was lobster claw meat on cucumber, onion, and paprika. Having a childish taste, I didn't enjoy chive that much, but the lobster, what more can I say, it was delicious. It was then followed by soup and salad. The cream soup was made of broccoli, which was okay. Fennel potato cream soup on the returning flight was just as expected. A flight attendant used to serve vegetable of your choice from a salad cart, but due to COVID-19, that open cart is not being operated, so it was served randomly in a moderate amount. Instead, you can choose one dressing among 3 options. Steak or lobster could be chosen as the main dishes. Korean luxury meal was prepared separately as well. In fact, this Korean luxury meal can only be tasted on call flights, only on the one departing from Incheon. LA or New York to Seoul flight do offer a Korean-style meal, but not Korean luxury meal. So if you wish to try it, do so when you depart from Incheon, and maybe a Western-style meal on the returning flight. I haven't tried lobster as the main dish on the flight, so I was tempted but Carl's steak is known to be so good, so I couldn't refuse it. That's why I ordered the steak, and it was a choice with no regrets. I asked for medium rare, and it was perfectly grilled as ordered. It was cooked in the sky, but still so juicy, and as tasty as one from a legit restaurant on the ground. The potato and tomato on the side were simply yet interesting. Flavors were well balanced with bacon and onion inside the potato creamy sauce. The tomato was cut in half and stuffed and covered with breadcrumb and parsley. It was fresh to feel the texture of the tomato and taste of garlic bread at once. Carl's signature menu bibimbap is just as famous as its steak. I will show you the bibimbap I had on the way back from LA to Incheon. 7 different ingredients were served to be mixed with rice in a bowl. For your information, Carl First Class in-flight meals are served on premium pottery tableware produced by Gwangju and Wetjut. Misonnamu, a Korean native species, is painted on the tableware. It can also be found on the cabin wall, delicately demonstrating traditional Korean flavor. Back to bibimbap, it is served with bulgogi and 북엇국 along with several side dishes. 북엇국 was refreshing and delicious. After the main dish, fruits and cheese are served. They used to be served from a cart as well, but was served on a dish this time. Varying by flight, fruits and 3 kinds of cheese are served differently. Finally, dessert and tea are served, caramel cream shablé and ice cream. A big scoop of ice cream used to be served next to dessert, which is now replaced by Häagen-Dazs in order to avoid serving unsealed food. Chocolate velvet cake was served on the returning flight to Seoul. Still tasty, but dessert seemed to have been somewhat simplified. Now that I'm full, it's time to lie down. Before that, I'm changing into pajamas in lavatory. The first class lavatory is not special, but has toothpaste, brush, mouthwash, comb, razor, along with Atelier cologne lotion. In fact, most of the amenities are in pouch provided when you get on board. After you wash your face, apply Jeju mist and keep your skin moist. The pajamas designed by Gianfranco Ferre, a former director of Christian Dior, were as soft as usual and just nice for falling asleep. Meanwhile, the flight attendant helped change the seat into a comfy bed. This much space and privacy, it's not a flight seat. It's a small room. In such a cozy room like this, you gotta watch a movie. The first class only noise cancellation headset for entertainment had been provided by Bose, but was changed to Samsung AKG last year. Unexpectedly, many new movies and TV shows were updated, but weirdly, I end up watching Friends every time I take call. You do need some snack during a movie. The flight attendant can serve you ramen and cookies. Ramen garnished with dried palak and hot-baked cookies. What more would I need? Tea and other snacks are prepared as well. Now it's time to fall a nice sleep. Due to COVID-19, you should put your mask on even while sleeping. Just think you put on your mask throughout the flight except meal times. The sun comes up and breakfast is served. Actually, time is not set for serving the meal. It will be served at any time you ask for it. What came first were yogurt cereal and pre-meal bread. You can choose your own yogurt cereal and milk type. Next dish is Spanish-style omelette, along with the sausage, tomato, potatoes, and broccolis. Savory with various ingredients inside, it was overall a good menu for the light breakfast. The second meal on the returning flight turned out to be dinner. The saffron sauce, mashed beans, and sweet potatoes on the fillet. Cauliflower made it look great, but the beans and fish didn't go well with my childish taste. Then, as food is served, the first class in-flight meal service ends. Or no, it's not over yet. It ends neatly with cinnamon punch served right before landing.
10시간이 넘는 비행이 이제 30분에서 1시간 정도밖에 남지 않았습니다. 정말 시간이 어떻게 지나갔는지 기억이 안 날 만큼 쏜살같이 지나간 것 같아요. 저 같은 경우는 장거리 1등석 탑승이 이번이 3번째인데 솔직히 얘기해서 뭐 리뷰도 몇 번 했고 이제는 뭐 더 이상 안 타도 되겠다라고 생각을 했었는데 아닙니다. 너무 오랜만에 타서 그런지 몰라도 정말 이번에도 너무너무 좋았고 정말 내리기 싫을 정도고요. 내가 마일리지 이제는 대한항공 안 모으려고 했었는데 이것 때문에 또 다시 모아야 되나라는 생각이 들 만큼 너무나 기억에 남을 만한 황홀한 비행이 아니었나 싶습니다. 그럼 저는 이제 LA로 랜딩하겠습니다.
Though be changed, Carl First Class still provided such a comfortable flight experience. Especially, COVID-19 crisis has not changed the outstanding 5-star service provided by the flight attendants. Special thanks for their help with the filming and promise for like and subscribe. You guys will promise me like and subscribe too, right? Please do so and hit the notification bell. And that was all from ddnkoreantraveler. Thank you.